الدين الحق وكفى بالله شهيدا واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله وصلى الله عليه وعلى اله واصحابه وسلم تسليما مزيدا. اما بعد فان اصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير حديث محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الامور محدثاتها وكل محدثه بدعه وكل بدعه ضلاله وكل ضلاله في النار. السلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته. Now, alhamdulillah, we start off by thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first and foremost, and then thanking those who invited us. I know we had a short period of time, so I'll try to prepare it real short, inshallah. The khutbah that we chose for y'all guys today, alhamdulillah, is taken from a beautiful poem that was authored by Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyya, and a few lines that deals with the rights of Allah, the rights of His Messenger, and those rights that are shared between the both. By permission of Allah, in the first half, I will try to recite a few lines, and in the second half, we'll go on to what those lines are. So he starts off by saying, لَكِنَّنَا كُنَّا مَقَالَةَ صَادِقٍ فِي كُلِّ وَقْتٍ بَيْنَكُمْ بِأَذَانِ الرَّبُّ رَبٌّ وَالرَّسُولُ فَعَبْدُهُ حَقًّا وَلَيْسَ لَنَا إِلَهٌ ثَانٍ فلذاك لم نعبده مثل عبادة الرحمن فعل المشرك النصراني كلا ولم نغلوه وكما نهى عنه الرسول مخافة الكفران لله حق لا يكون لغيره ولعبده حق هما حقان لا تجعل الحقين حقا واحدا من غير تمييز ولا فرقان. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم. الحمد لله رب العالمين لا عاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان على الظالمين واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له. اما بعد. In the first line of poetry, Ibn Qayyim says, unapologetically, explaining to us that every believer, that we say a clear word, and we announce that word between you. What is this clear word? That we believe that the Rabb is only one. And you might say this is simple information, right? We all believe that Allah is only one, right? And that the messenger of Muhammad is his servant, and is his messenger. Alright? And that there is no other ilah, there is no second deity besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Simple format that we worship only Allah. Unfortunately, in our day and age, a lot of Muslims have followed those who are non-believers and started to worship other things along with Allah. And they do this through practices which aren't sanctioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His book, nor did that which is the authentic sunnah. So this is why it's important that we remind ourselves of these fundamentals so that we can understand explicitly what is correct. So secondly, he goes on to say that for this reason we do not worship the messenger. We don't worship Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Not like the ibadat al-Rahman. Those who are the mushrik and polytheists from the Christians, who worship their messenger. They went extreme with Isa ibn Maryam, and they had made him ilah, a deity along with Allah. So we don't do that. The Prophet ﷺ warned us clearly in many areas, telling us do not place us on the same scale as Allah is worship. And he did this because he did not want us to fall into disbelief or to polytheism. He don't want us to fall into any of that. So he reminded us clearly so that we won't fall in it. Such as today, when we see a lot of celebrity worship. And you might say, what? How is celebrity worship? How are we worshiping celebrities? It's called shirk fil muhabba. It's called shirk fil muhabba. And a lot of people don't know that they have this love and this adoration for people who are celebrities. And when someone who is a celebrity passes away or something happens to them, they feel some type of way. They feel sad. They feel moved. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and something is being worshipped along with him, you don't get the same feeling. When there are people calling on other people besides Allah, you don't feel people feeling some type of way. So have this love and this admiration that they grow within their hearts that should only be for Allah. They do it for these people. And this is something that we can bear witness to, as far as with the celebrity worship. So Ibn al-Qayyim continues. He says, getting into the rights, into the meat and the potatoes. He said, when it comes to Allah, Allah has specific rights that's exclusive for Him and not no one else besides Him. Likewise, His messenger had rights which is specific for Him and not anyone else besides Him. All right? So what are those rights? And we're going to talk about that. What are those rights that is only for Allah, that we cannot give it to anyone besides Him? And what are those rights that is only for the messenger and we can't give it to anyone besides Him? He continues. He says that we do not make the rights which is specific for Allah and the rights which is specific for His messenger into one right. We don't make the messenger and Allah on the same scale. We don't put them on the same level. All right? We don't worship Muhammad ever. And even though they might say from the Orientalists that we are Muhammadiyya, which is a good name, right? We follow Muhammad, but we do not worship Him. We worship Allah only. So Ibn al-Qayyim, he says, فَالْحَجُّ لِلرَّحْمَنِ دُونَ رَسُولِهِ وَكَذَا الصَّلَاةُ وَالذَّبْحُ ذَا الْقُرْبَانِ وَكَذَا السُّجُودُ وَنَذْرُنَا وَيَمِينُنَا وَكَذَا مَتَابُ الْعَبْدِ لِلْعِصْيَانِ وَكَذَا التَّوَكُّلُ وَالْإِنَابَةُ وَالتُّقَى وَكَذَا الرَّجَاءُ وَخَشْيَةُ الرَّحْمَنِ. So in these next lines, he starts mentioning those things which are specific only for Allah. Such as, like what? Meaning that Hajj is only to be performed on behalf of Allah, to the house of Allah, not to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We can't make Hajj to the Messenger. Likewise, Salat, we can't pray to anyone besides Allah. He said, this is simple stuff. I know this. I really do. Right? And he said, why would you choose this as a khutbah? But in reality, how many of us really call on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? When they get down to it, how many of us really believe in Allah? With everything that's going on in the world, with our brothers and sisters being persecuted, from the Jews, and many places where the Muslims are being oppressed, who is sincerely calling on Allah? Who is sincerely trying to reach Allah via the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam? You cannot downplay the status of the Messenger, because it's the Messenger whom Allah selected. He didn't select us. He selected Muhammad ibn Abdullah. So we must follow Muhammad ibn Abdullah. We don't call on him. We don't worship him. We don't make salat to him. We don't bow to him. Nor do we swear. As the Prophet said, whoever swears by other than Allah, on something other than Allah, then that person is committed shirk. Right? So look what he says. He continues. He says, وَالْكَذَّانَ عِبَادَةُ وَاسْتِعَانَتُنَا بِهِ إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ ذَانِ تَوْحِيدًا وَعَلَيْهِ قَامَ الْوُجُودُ بِأَسْلِهِ الدُّنْيَا وَأُخْرَى حَبَّةَ الرَّحْمَنِ. And these two pillars are extremely two pillars that we know in what? Al-Fatiha. إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. The deen is so complete that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in this verse that only Him alone is deserving to be worshipped. But guess what? You and I can't worship unless He aids. And only His aid and assistance can be helped. So if Allah doesn't aid you in worship Him alone, then how can that be done? Right? And I know I'm skipping past the line, so we have a little bit of time. I didn't translate everything else with the talk and everything like that. But then he goes on and he mentions those rights that's specific for Allah. All of these different acts of worship are specific for Allah. That which is specific to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, لَكِنَّ التَّعْزِيرُ وَتَوْكِيرُ حَقٌّ لِلرَّسُولِ مُقْتَضَى الْقُرْآنِ. Allah has a beautiful verse in the Quran where He says, إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ شَاهِدًا وَمُبَشِّرًا وَنَذِيرًا لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَتُؤَذِّرُوهُ وَتُوَقِّرُوهُ وَتُسَبِّحُوا بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا. In this beautiful verses, these two verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it clear that we understand that indeed we have sent you, O Muhammad, as a what? A witness. And we have sent you as someone who gives glad tidings. And someone who warns the people against that, what you call, so what? That poses that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded. And we have commanded to the people that they believe in Allah, and they believe in the Messenger, and that they assist Him, and that they honor Him. The rights that's specific to the Messenger is that we assist Him. How do you assist the Prophet right now that he's born? How do anyone assist the Prophet right now? Can we assist him right now in the Lord? Yes, we can. By believing in his message. By following his message. By confirming his message. This is how you assist. Right? So we assist him. How do we honor him? The same thing. And this is why Ibn al-Qayyim goes on, he says that there are three things which are shared between Allah and the Messenger. والحب والإيمان به والتصديق. لا يقتص بعض حقان مشتركان. That these three things are not just relied or restricted to Allah, your Islam. It's shared between Allah and His Messenger. It's shared between who? Allah and His Messenger. We love the Messenger of Allah, we believe in him, we confirm, right? That which we have iman in. But that is a branch, or that is a stem from our love in Allah and our iman in Allah and so forth. So he says, هَذَا تَفَاسِرُ حُقُوقِ ثَلَاثٍ. He said, these are the three rights, which one right is for Allah, one right is for the Messenger, and one right is shared between them both. Alright? These are the لَا تَجْهَلُوهَا, that no one can be ignorant of. يَا أُولِي الْعُدْوَانِ. So these beautiful lines of poetry, I didn't get enough time to really go into them delve deep. I try to just give us a translation of it. Hopefully you can take this with your day, inshallah ta'ala, as you go about your day. Think about it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent down the book so that we can worship only Him. Not anything else. Not no telesmith, not no anything superstition, not calling on anyone besides Allah, not swearing on other than Allah. There is no help for the Muslims except in Tawheed. And I don't care what you say. You can read the entire Quran from the front to the back. There is no help for the Muslims in any place except with uplifting Tawheed. So if we call on Him and only Him, and we worship Him and only Him, and we follow the commands of Him and only Him, then we will be aided. And if we follow the Messenger of Allah, who is the best God, better than any celebrity, better than any entertainer, better than any candidate for presidency, it will be only the Messenger of Allah. And that's how we're going to win. And that's how the Muslims want to win, because Allah guaranteed that. But I always say that was incorrect, definitely for myself, and the Shaitan was correct from Allah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. جزاك الله خير. قم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
So come straight to your rows. Please make sure the rows are straight. Doing the dash, shoulder to shoulder. You don't have to be hill to hill, but you can line up shoulder to shoulder. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إنا فتحنا لك فتحا مبينا ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر ويتم نعمته عليك ويهديك صراطا مستقيما وينصرك الله نصرا عزيزا. هو الذي أنزل السكينة في قلوب المؤمنين ليزدادوا إيمانا مع إيمانهم ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عليما حكيما. ليدخل المؤمنين والمؤمنات جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين وكان ذلك عند الله فوزا عظيما. ويعذب المنافقين والمنافقات والمشركين والمشركات الظانين بالله ظن السوء عليهم دائرة السوء وغضب الله عليهم ولعنهم وأعد لهم جهنم وساءت مصيرا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عزيزا حكيما. إنا أرسلناك شاهدا ومبشرا ونذيرا لتؤمنوا بالله ورسوله وتوزروه وتوقروه وتسبحوه بكرة وأصيلا. إن الذين يبايعونك إنما يبايعون الله يد الله فوق أيديهم فمن نكث فإنما ينكث على نفسه ومن أوفى بما عاهد عليه الله فسيؤتيه أجرا عظيما. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام